Hi there, welcome back to Riella's Army of Dolls. Let's talk fashion dolls. So today I've got out my beautiful Defa Lucy dolls because I've just received another one. So this is Defa Lucy Lunar, and if you remember from my review of this lady here, who's icon number one, I really was impressed by some things about the new Defa Lucy collectible dolls. The quality as to price point for a collectible doll is pretty good, but there are a few things that really left me wanting. And I did say at the end of that review that I wouldn't buy another one until I saw that there was an improvement in the body. And so lo and behold, they've announced an improvement in the body. Doesn't sound like it is a huge upgrade, but it was enough to get me excited. So when I saw this model and I saw that she had a new body and she comes with a tattoo on her back, and you know, I'm a real sucker for tattoos, as well as a bit of a more unique hairstyle, I thought, okay, it's time to give her another go. So I'm excited to get this box open and to see what the new Defa Lucy is really like. Defa Lucy Lunar comes in a nice brown shipper box, very reminiscent of an Integrity Toys shipper box. When I open it up, here is her box. It is red. It's got the Defa Lucy logo in the center, and she's wrapped in plastic to keep her safe. The box slides out of the plastic, and here it is alongside the first version Defa Lucy. We can see that the box is nearly identical. It's really just the color. The logos are kind of embossed. It sits out and that gives it a bit of a luxury feel. I like the red color, and it goes with the lunar theme, and you know, all of the sort of artwork and presentation of this doll is very red. It looks very nice in the box. She's presented really well in here. There were a few things that I loved about this doll, and I had sort of said I wouldn't be ordering another Defa Lucy until they made some changes. So those changes are hopefully reflected in her. But I also really liked her face, and the hairstyle I think is kind of unique. You can see all her features in the box. So she's got her outfit. I don't know that I love this idea of the sort of oversized winter wear that all of the Defa Lucys have come out with so far. So the first version one had her bodysuit and her oversized coat. The second version had her giant oversized raincoat, and this one has her oversized knit sweater. To me, that doesn't scream runway fashion wear. I'm not sure what the theory is behind it. This outfit is okay. That is really all I would say, and that's how I felt about the first one's outfit as well, was just okay. But maybe I'll be more impressed when I get it out. I can already see some improvements, like in the boots. So let's get these plastic strips snipped off and pull her out. And here she is. Her head is wrapped. That's good because it's going to hold her hair in place, but obviously I want to see her face a little bit better. It's fully sealed, so I will snip it down the back. She also has a little plastic piece under her chin. I'm presuming I need to cut that bit off as well. I'm not sure what its purpose is. It's like a weird collar. The rest of her we can see so far. So we've got the very pretty face. It has really bright and stark makeup that really goes with her outfit. Her lips are not bright red. They're a sort of plum colour, closer to the colour of her skirt than the colour of her jumper. Her eyes are very nicely done. I really like the eyelashes. The cut of her hair is quite unique. I mean, I guess it's not unique. I've seen other dolls like this, but it's more often that dolls have, you know, long hair or curly hair, and this really stark, straight hair is really nice. That said, it's got a lot of product in it, holding it like really hard to her head, and I don't think it quite does it justice that way. The outfit, I feel, is a little bit questionable. Yeah, the massive oversized jumper was just never something that really appealed to me. And as I said, those oversized winter wear things I just don't quite get as a fashion statement. The skirt I think is cool, but it's very simple. It's really just a pleated fabric. I'm sure they haven't pleated it themselves. They've just purchased this fabric, which has been trimmed into this asymmetrical shape with points down one side, and then has the ends. You can feel that they're kind of hardened. They've been burned in some way so that they won't fray. That's good that they won't fray, but it's very, very simple. Underneath her jumper, she doesn't come with anything. I would have really liked her to have some kind of top. I mean, she has that tattoo on her back, which is, one of the things that appealed not just to me, I know, but to a lot of people in her lead up, and yet we can't show that off unless we buy the bodysuit that was extra. I did not buy the bodysuit. I didn't think it looked worth $15. So I'm going to have to find her something else, and that's fine. But, if she's going to have a tattoo, let her show it off. Her stockings, quite nice, burgundy colour, nothing special about them. Lots of dolls come with stockings. I like them, but I wouldn't say they're a feature. So overall, her outfit is pretty simple. She's got 2 accessories in the box. She's got a purse. I actually think it looks really nice, very comparable with an Integrity Toys style purse. I guess the rest of her outfits, I mean, she is a lot cheaper, but I really wouldn't be comparing anything else I've opened with Integrity Toys dolls. But this one I would. It's really nice leather look. It seems to have a magnet in it, which helps it to open and close. And the chain is a beautiful gold kind of snake chain, which feels really nice in the hand and really seems to go with the look and style that this doll has. The second accessory is the boots. These are an upgrade from the original boots. If you remember my other review of my first Defa Lucy, I said the boots are just cast plastic. They're a nice shape, but they're just cast plastic. Whereas these ones, you can see they are a leather look and they have a separate sole. I wouldn't say they are the most amazing boots I've ever seen, but I think they're good. These are good quality boots, and I'm happy with that because I think that these 2 items are probably the best things she comes with. The Defa Lucy stand is a very nice one. Don't see anything of note that is different from the stand I got with the first doll. I like the shape. I like that it's got DL sort of very subtly imprinted on it, and the armpit holding stands I actually find are very practical for dolls. Also in the box, we've got her certificate showing that she is Lunar model number 1, and I've got number 111 of 500. I think that's a cool number to have. Probably won't add to her value, but nonetheless, it's a pretty good number. Here she is. I'm going to pop her on the stand and show her all dressed in a sec, but just to note, the shoes don't have any kind of closure. They don't actually need it because of the nature of, just sliding on and her flat feet, but nonetheless, it kind of, makes them feel a little bit less premium, I guess. She goes on that stand with no issues at all. It holds her nice and stable. The bag hangs really well over her. Looking at her like this, I feel exactly the same about the outfit as I did when I saw it in the box and when I saw the promo pictures. It's a nice outfit, but I don't understand that giant jumper. It doesn't feel premium. It doesn't feel runway ready, and everything else does. There's nothing kind of exceptional about this outfit, but it's nice. Except for that jumper. And the funny thing is, it's kind of a contrast to the first doll where although she had the oversized jacket, it is the jacket that gives her the runway ready look, and everything else kind of just, goes along with it. And I feel like, this doll is the opposite. Her whole outfit is kind of runway ready, except for that jumper, which is just wacky. I think she needs to change it. I also think it's kind of funny now looking at them side by side. It's kind of cute the way they go together, because I see that Icon 1.0's lips really, really match the colour of that jumper, and Lunar's lips really match the colour of Icon's hair. And I think that that's actually kind of cool and cute, really makes them fit together as a duo. Now I almost regret not having the third doll to see, maybe if there are some little Easter eggs, some things that make them all fit together as a little trio. Next important thing to do, super important, I would say the most important thing about this doll is to look at her body, because she is reputed to have a new body in some way. As I start to undress her, I see another little disappointment that the jumper does not have a closure. It obviously doesn't absolutely need it because it is stretchy, but I can already feel it's really difficult to get off. Yeah, that's disappointing. Jumper should have a closure. Everything else does, so I'm going to take off the rest of her clothes. And then I think I'll have to get the jumper off over her head, but that is potentially going to mess up her hair. So lots of problems there. It wouldn't go down though, so it's going to come up. Yep, and there we go, messing up her hair. So here she is. Now, the body isn't, massively noticeably better. And from what I read, it is only the torso that is different. I really feel I need to compare her. I can see the sculpting is different and that there is more definition in her torso. And we obviously also need to get off that plastic wrap that is covering her arms. Imagine that is to stop staining of the jumper. And that gives us a great opportunity to look at the tattoo on her back. Now, I do really like tattoos. I have 4. I'm planning my 5th at the moment. And so it always appeals to me when a doll has a tattoo. So this one is a kind of flower, probably a lotus bloom and a rose down the bottom. And then there is a snake coming up through it. It's a cute tattoo and it feels like it's part of her. It doesn't feel like there's any way it would come off, which is nice because of course some dolls come with kind of, they're supposed to have tattoos, but they're actually really just kind of stickers. And this one feels genuinely part of her. It's very nice. It's also a great spot. When you see someone with a tattoo, a doll with a tattoo, you want it to represent real life tattoos. And although I don't have a tattoo in this spot, I know it's very, very popular. The only issue with it is it is going to be a bit harder to show off than some spots. Mine is most prominent tattoo is there, and it's a lot easier to find clothing to show off your tattoo if it's on your shoulder than if it's on your back. With the two Lucys side by side, the differences between the two bodies are pretty obvious, and I have to say I approve. So when I opened this doll first, I really complained about her imprinted underwear. It made her feel playline. This doll does not have it. So big tick from me. That is a great improvement. You can also see that this one has very basic contouring around her tummy, around her bust. There's really very little definition. Okay, it's an okay shape, but there's nothing about her that screams this is a collector doll. Whereas this doll here, so clearly no underwear line. She's got much stronger definition around her tummy. She's got these extra rib lines under her bust that, give her a lot of realism. She's got nipples that again add to the realism of the doll, and around her neck, she's got much more significant shaping. Moving to the back, we can see the same things. So again, just more shaping everywhere. Sculpting, we've got dimples here, we've got shaping around her upper backbone. Everything about that is better, is more defined, is more realistic. I don't know that it will function any differently is the only thing I would say. I'm really happy with all those changes, but at the same time, the sculpting was not the only issue. I feel the movement and other things could have been improved. I would really have liked to have seen a doll could remove the hands of. These ones do not come off. That is just much better for dressing. I believe that all of the other parts are identical. I don't think we're going to see any difference with them. The hand was already a new design. It was the thing that was new from the Playline dolls. The posability is still pretty much Playline. And look, it's good Playline. They're dolls that have a reasonable range of movement. She can spread her legs a little. She can bend her knees to a moderately realistic extent. She can bend her elbows about halfway. It's not a bad body. It just still has elements that feel a little Playline. She has got quite stiff joints, and I was dressing my Playline Defa Lucy yesterday, and I did find that her legs, even though I've only dressed her once or twice and I've never really posed her legs are really she's got a lot of wobble in them, whereas these dolls are quite stiff. So the joint may be a better quality piece as well. Now, just to sum up the bodies, even though there have been limited changes, I feel that they've all been good. They've all been for the better. This doll is definitely higher spec. She looks more like a collectible doll, and I really approve of that. And I think that most of the remainder of her body is already pretty functional. It could improve. The main thing I'd really like to see now is that her hands become removable. Looking for an outfit for her that I feel is more suited to her body and to, I guess, her upmarket feel. It's pretty hard, to be honest, to find anything that suits her aesthetic and also is going to show off her tattoo. I thought this was a kind of fun outfit. This is the shell bra top from Violaine Sirène. If you haven't seen my review of her, please do. It's as she's a doll I was super impressed by. I was pretty excited to find that it actually fits Defa Lucy pretty well, despite the different body, the different bust. It's really quite a good fit on her. And the stand is covering her tattoo, but if I pop her on an Integrity Toys stand, we will be able to see her tattoo really well at the back when she is displayed. The skirt I've put on her is a fashion royalty skirt. It was from an Agnes von Weiss release. It's a pretty pink skirt. I just felt it went quite nicely with the bra top, although I would have liked something that had a bit of red or black to really set off her lips or her hair. But nonetheless, I think this is a nice outfit, and it just shows that you can, you know, highlight that body a little bit differently. When it comes to finding different shoes for her, the arch and size of her foot is all wrong for a new face or fashion royalty doll, but I think that it is pretty, it's not too far off Poppy Parker. I have tried both flat foot and heeled foot Poppy Parker shoes on her, and although neither is perfect, they are both acceptable. I think the flat foot one just works a tiny bit better because the arch on the heel is pretty far off. But yeah, neither is perfect, but I think that she's quite okay in the Poppy Parker shoes. Just another outfit to try for her. This is an older fashion royalty outfit from an Isha doll. I thought the colour was quite nice with her lips. Her body shape is quite different, and so she sort of bulges and curves in the wrong places, but the outfit is the right height for her. It's really not a bad fit, and the shoes on this one, because again it was an older fashion royalty body, are even about the right size. Her legs are a bit kind of squashed, so it's a bit harder to pose her in it. I've popped the scarf on, but without that, and I've moved her stand down, so now we can see her tattoo as she is posed. The zip closes, although it was a tad challenging and it doesn't quite go to the top. But another nice outfit that just makes her look a little bit more premium, a little bit more lush. The improvements from one Lucy to the next are pretty obvious. The Playline Lucy, she has a very basic face makeup that has that playline feel with, you know, really pink sheen, no contouring around the eyes, and no eyelashes. In terms of her clothing, everything is printed on and it is made from a really low grade fabrics. The edges are done without proper hemming. The pants, same thing, we can see she's got like zips and things, but they're all just printed onto the fabric. And the shoes are just solid plastic. We move to Lucy in the middle. Her shoes are still solid plastic, but they do have a more complex design. Her clothing, though simple, has none of that, you know, faux finishing. Everything is real. We've got you know, pocket edges, we've got buttons, everything is correctly hemmed and seamed. She also doesn't come with many accessories. She does have earrings and she's got the glasses, which are in the box, but they are not cast plastic. They are, you know, proper defined pieces, and her makeup shows that refinement. Moving on to our current Lucy, face pretty similar to the one in the middle, as is the hair. It does have a slightly more complex styling. Clothing is, she has more pieces, and again each of them is finished in an appropriate way, and her extras this time are all fully fabric and have a really excellent finish, including the shoes. So this is the first shoes that are fabric shoes and have a good finish. We also know that in terms of the body, there are only some very simple differences between Playline Lucy and Icon Lucy, the hands being the one that was touted. And then from Icon Lucy to Lunar Lucy, we see the same hands, but we see this torso improvement. So I think it's really great that we are seeing improvements from one Lucy to the next, and hopefully that's going to continue. So I'm pleased to say that overall I'm pretty impressed with Luna. I mean, I buy a doll wanting to like her, and I do like her. I think at the $65 price point, this doll is definitely worth it. I was a little bit less sure about Icon just because I felt there were a few kind of glaring things that, you know, reduced her price point, being the molded shoes and the really playline style body. And both of those things, I'm pleased to say, have been improved in Luna. I knew that she had a new body. I didn't know whether it was anything to speak about. I didn't know she would have much better fabric shoes. So I'm really happy to see that I do like the body. I don't think it solved all the problems, but I do think that she feels like a collectible doll rather than a playline doll kind of dressed up. I am not sure about the outfit. That's really the thing that holds me back, that I feel like all of these dolls, I just don't get the styling. It's not for me. It's okay. I look at them both and I think they're okay, those outfits, but they aren't great, and they definitely don't look like a stylish catwalk fashion model to me, which I think is what they're going for, and so I just don't quite get it. But nonetheless, great doll. I think that $65, she's absolutely worth it. I don't think, yeah, I really have no hesitation in saying that doll is worth $65. I still don't know if I'm going to be looking out and, you know, trying to buy more Defa Lucy dolls, but I will definitely get another one if I really love a model who comes out. I think absolutely I would buy another. Now, please make sure that if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you click that now so you don't miss out on any more of my upcoming doll content.